ሰላም ውድ የዩቲዩብ ቻናል ቤተሰቦች እንዴት ናችሁ? ሁሉ አማን? ኦኬ በዛሬው ቪዲዮ ፓርት 32 ኢኩዌሽንስ ኦፍ ላይን እና ስሎፕ የምናይ ይሆናል። ያው የትምህርት ይታወቃል ማቴማቲክስ ፎር ፍሬሽማን ስቱደንትስ እዛ ላይ እየሰጠን ስለሆነ ቤተሰብ ያልሆናችሁ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቤተሰብ ይሁኑ። ቤተሰብ የሆናችሁ ላይክ በማድረግ ቻናሉን ይከታተሉ። Now በዛሬው ቪዲዮ የምናየው equation of a line. What is the equations of a line looks like? Equations of a line ማለት ብዙ አይነት መንገዶች አሉ። እስኪ እነሱን የምናያቸው ይሆናል። እስኪ መጀመሪያ equation of a line የሚለውን እንይ። Equation of a line, an equation of a line is an equation which must be satisfied by coordinate x, y of every point on the line. A line can be vertical, horizontal or oblique. ላይናችን vertical ሊሆን ይችላል, horizontal ሊሆን ይችላል, ወይም oblique ሊሆን ይችላል. The equations of a vertical lines that intersect the x-axis at A0 is x is equal to A because the x-coordinate of every point on the line is A. And similarly, the equations of a lines that intersect the y-axis at 0b is y is equal to y. The y-coordinate of every point on the line is b. ይሄ ምንም አዲስ ነገር የለውም። equations of vertical lines x-axis intersect የሚያደርገው በa እና 0 ላይ ከሆነ ላይናችን x is equal to a ይሆናል። ለምን x ኮኦርዲኔታችን የትኛውን ፖይንት a ላይ ነው ላይ ነው። ሌላኛው ደግሞ ሆሪዞንታል ላይን y አክሲስ ኢንተርሴክት የሚያደርገው በ0b ላይ ከሆነ ላይናችን y is equal to y ይሆናል b ይሆናል። ለምን y ኮኦርዲኔት የትኛውን ፖይንት የሚገኘው ላይን b ላይ ስለሆነ። The other one is an oblique line is simply a straight line which is neither vertical nor horizontal. Therefore, a straight line which is neither vertical nor horizontal is called, which is what? The oblique line. Now to find the equations of an oblique lines, we use its slope, which is the measure of steepness of the line. In particular, slope of a line is defined as follows. Definitions. Slope ማለት ነው። Slope non-vertical lines ሆነው በp1 እና p2 ፖይንት ላይ የሚያልፈው ማለት if p1 is x1 y1 and p2 x2 y2, then the slope of such point is given as the symbols for slope is the same as change in y over change in x. This is equal with y2 minus y1 the whole over x2 minus x1. Now the slope of vertical line is not defined. Defined አይደለም slope of a vertical line, but we define a slope for non-vertical lines. Therefore, the slope for non-vertical lines which passes through the point p1, x1 y1 and x2 y2 is given as change in y or change in x. That means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's give vertical lines slope define አይደለም. Note that the slope of horizontal line is 0. Slope for horizontal line አችን 0 ነው. Vertical line ደግሞ slope የለውም ማለት ነው. Now እስኪ slope for non-vertical lines. If let's assume that this is x-axis and this is y-axis, y-axis, x-axis ቢሆን now where to find the slope for non-vertical lines? ነው ማለት ነው ለኦብሊኳ ነው ወይም ደግሞ non-vertical lines ስለሆነ ይችላልች ነው these lines. Assume that here we have a point here x1 እና x2 ከሆነ ቺኛ y1 y1 እና x1 የሚገናኙበት p1 ብለን that means the p1 contains the point x1 y1 and the point p2 which contains the point x2 y2. p2 ማለት x2 እና y2 የሚገናኙበት ከሆነ እዚህ ጋር ፖይንት እናገኛለን. that means x2 ስላለች y1 አትያል therefore እዚህ ጋር ያለችው ፖይንት x2 y1 ትሆናለች። ስለዚህ change in x እዚህ ጋር ያለችው change in x መፈለግ እንችላለን። እዚህ ጋር ማን አይደለም ብያችኋለሁ x2 y1 therefore x1 y1 እና x2 y1 ሲሆን therefore change in x ማለት ነው ወይም ደግሞ ዲስታንስ ባል እንዳየነው x2 x1 ይሆናል። እዚህ ጋር እንደኳችሁ እዚህ ያለው ፖይንት x2 y1 ነው። x2 በx2 ስለሚጣፋ distance here or change y is equal to what y2 minus y1 ይሆናል። so as the slope ምንድነው ያልነው change in y over change in x change in y እዚህ ጋር ማለት ነው y2 minus y1 change in x ማለት ነው x2 minus x1 ስለዚህ ስሎፓችን ኤማችን change in y over change in x or the same as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 ያለው ለዚህ ነው ማለት ነው። Thus the slope of a line L is simply the ratio of the change in y that means like this which written in the forms to change in x ወይም በዚህ መልኩ ወይም ደግሞ እዚህ ጋር ነው ማለት ነው m is equal to change in y over change in x በዚህ መልኩ መፈለግ እንችላለን። Now hence the slope is simply the rate change of y with respect to x ማለት ነው። ወይም ደግሞ slope ማለት first derivative of the given functions ነው እንዲያው ካልኩለስ ላይ ወደፊት እናየዋለን። Now the slope depends also on the angle of inclinations of the lines. ስለዚህ slope angle of inclination ላይ depend መሆን ይችላል ማለት ነው። Note that the angle of inclination theta is the angle between x-axis and the line. It means which is measured counterclockwise from direction of positive x-axis to the lines. We observe that tan theta is equal to change in y over change in x. Therefore, if theta is an angle of inclination of a line, then slope of a line m is equal to what? Tan theta unit. And now let us find an equation of a line that passes through point p1 x1 y1 and which has the slope m and the points p. Now let's take a bit tan theta እና change in y change in x እንዴት ከሆነ now እዚህ ጋር እንደምናየው ያው tan theta ማለት tan theta is simply the same as opposite over adjacent ነው። ስለዚህ የtan theta ወይም የtheta oppositeችን እዚህ ጋር change in y ነው። የtheta adjacentችን ደግሞ change in x ነው። ስለዚህ tan theta is equal to change in y over change in x. That means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. ይህ ማለት ማለት ነው slope. Therefore slope is same as angle of inclination. That means m is equal to tan theta እንላለን ማለት ነው። Next እዚህ ጋር እንዳልኳችሁ ነው let us find an equation of lines that passes through the point p1 x1 y1 and has slope m. And a point p with point p which has point which is xy with axis different from x1 lies on these lines. If and only if the slope of a line through the point p1 and the p is m. That means ያው እዚህ ጋር እኛም እንፈልግ ያስበው ምንድነው ስሎፕ ነው። ስሎፕ ያው change in y over change in x ማለት ነው። therefore እዚህ ጋር p1 እና p1ችን x1 y1 ከሆነና p1ችን xy ከሆነ ዘን የዚህኛው ስሎፕ x እና x1 ከተለያዩ እኩል ካልሆኑ ምን ማለት ነው y minus y1 over x minus x1 is the same as slope m. This leads the following equations of a line, which is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. ይህምን ይባላል point slope form of equations of a line. ለምን point slope form of equations of a line ሆነ ይህንኛው ላይኑን ያገኘነው በአንድ ፖይንት እና በስሎፕ m ስለሆነ point slope form. The point here is x1 y1 and slope m. Therefore, such equations of a line is the same as y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, or by rearranging this we have y is equal to m into x minus x1 plus y1 ማለት እንችላለን። Now, if we have given information here and what is the formula of equations of lines. For example, if we have such information, if we have slope m and y-intercept 0 እዚህ ጋር ምን አለን? ስሎፕ እና ኢንተርሰፕት therefore ይሄ ስሎፕ እና ኢንተርሰፕት ካለ ምን ነው ማለት ስሎፕ ኢንተርሰፕት ፎርም ነው አለ። ለምን? ስሎፕ እና ኢንተርሰፕት ስላለ ስሎፓችን የምን ነው? ኢንተርሰፕታችን ቢ ነው። ስለዚህ ስሎፕ ኢንተርሰፕት ፎርም ኦፍ የዚህኛው ስሎፕ ኤም እና y ኢንተርሰፕቱ 0 ቢ ከሆነ ላይኑ y is equals to mx plus b ይባላል where b is y-intercept and m is slope. The other form of equations of a line is if we have slope m and a point x1 y1 on L. If we have a point and a slope, then we say that such equations of a line is point slope form of equations of a line. Why we have point and a slope? Then this point slope form of equations of a line is given as y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. By rearranging this or by adding both sides y1 we have y is equal to m into x minus x1 plus y1. ለዚህ ምን point slope form ይባላል። ሌላው ሁለት ፖይንቶች ቢኖሩ x1 y1 and x2 y2 on L. ላይን L ላይ ሁለት ፖይንት x1 y1 እና x2 y2 ካለን የዚህ equations of a line ይባላል two point form of equations of a line. Two point form of equations like why we have 2 points. From these 2 points on L we derive equations of a line by using such formula y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 the whole over x2 minus x1 time x minus x1. Here what is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1? Slope. ይህ ከላይ ከዚህ ጋር ካየነው ምንም ዲፍረንስ የለውም። ከዚህ እዚህ ጋር መጀመሪያ ስሎፑን ሳንፈልግ ቁጭ ብለን ለዚህ ከፈለግን ሁለት ፖይንት ከሰጠን ፖይንት ያው ፎርም ስለሆነ 2 point form of equations of a line ለማለት ነው እንጂ እነኚህ ሁሎችም equations of a lines ወይም ደግሞ ሲምፕሊፋይ ሲሆኑ አንድ አይነት ወይም ተመሳሳይ ቢሄቪየር ይኖራቸዋል ማለት ነው። Therefore 2 point form of equations of a line is given as y minus y1 is equal to x2 minus over x2 minus x1 into x minus x1 እንላለን። The other one is x-intercepts a0 and y-intercepts 0b. This form of equations of a line is called intercept form እንለዋለን። ለምን ኢንተርሰፕት ፎርም ተባለ? ከኢንተርሰፕቶች ፎርም ወይም ከኢንተርሰፕቶች ስለተገኘ ላይኑ intercept form of equations of a line with x-intercept a0 and y-intercept 0b. Then we have such intercept form of equations of a line which is x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Anyways, እነኚህ ሁሎችም equations of a line ናቸው። ሁሎችም ተመሳሳይ ቢሄቪየር አላቸው። እንድሰጠን ፖይንት እና ስሎፕ ብቻ ሊሆን ይችላል። ኢንተርሰፕት እና ስሎፕ ሊሆን ይችላል። ስሎፕ እና አንድ ፖይንት ብቻ ሊሆን ይችላል። ሁለት ፖይንት ብቻ ሊሆን ይችላል። ወይም ደግሞ ሁለት ኢንተርሰፕት ኤክስ እና ዋይ ኢንተርሰፕት ሲሰጠን እንዴት ነው የምንፈልገው የምንለው ነው። በዚህ መልኩ ያደረግነው። እስኪ በኤግዛምፕል እንየው። Find an equations of a line L if 1. The line passes through 3 minus 2 and its angle of inclination is 135 degrees. Now here are the solutions for the slope of the line L is given here, which is the angle of inclination of a line, that means tan of theta. Our theta here is 135 degrees. Therefore, from this we obtain the slope. Slope is equal to or m is equal to tan of 135 degree. What is tan of 135 degree? 135 degree found in second quadrant at the degree of which is the same as minus tan of 45 degree, because in second quadrant tan is negative. Therefore, tan of 135 degree is the same as minus tan of 45 degree, which is minus 1. Therefore, we obtain here a slope. But we have the point 3 minus 2. Therefore, using the first or using point slope form or by this second way in the slope intercept form of the challenge, anyways, by using the second, it means point slope form of equations of a line, because here m is minus 1 and the point x1 y1, which is 3 minus 2. Thus, using the point slope form, we have x1 3, y1 minus 2, and m is which is minus 1. Therefore, we use this for y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x. So that means y minus 2 is equals to minus 1 into x minus 3, which is simplified as like this. Y is equals to minus x plus 1 is the required line of equations of lines, which is passes through 3 minus 1. It's with angle 135 degree. Number 2, the line passes through the point 1, 2, 4, minus 2. Here we have 2 points. By using either of the given here equations, either by using slope intercept form, first by finding its slope and intercept, the second other ones even by using or by first by finding its slope and taking one of the point as x1, y1. And we can form in such a way, or by using 2 pointers x1, y1 and x2, y2 on L, or by using 2-point form, we can obtain the equations of lines in such a way. Now here, given the lines passes through 1, 2, 4, minus 2. Now the slope of a line here is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Assume that y2 is here minus 2 and x2 is 4, y1 2, x1 1. Therefore, we have minus 2 over 4 minus 1 is equals to minus 4 over 3 as the result slope, or m is the same as minus 4 over 3. So using point slope form with x1 1, y1 2, we obtain equations of a lines as y minus 2 is equals to minus 4 over 3 into x minus 1, and which can be simplified as 4x plus 3y is equals to 10. Note that it is possible to use the point form of a lines to find equations of this line. General form of equations of straight lines. Now, the general form of an equations of a straight line can be given as ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. For a, b, and c are any constants whenever either a and b are different from 0, or a and b not both of them are 0. Indeed, if a is 0, then we have what? by plus c is equals to 0. Then we obtain what? The horizontal line, which is given as what? Since by plus c is equals to 0, then by is equals to minus 3. Then we have over b, then y is equals to minus c over b. Then we obtain the horizontal lines minus c over b. If b is equals to 0, then we obtain the vertical lines, which is given as what? X is equals to minus c over a. Why? Here, since b is 0, then we left what? Ax plus c is equals to 0. Then by rearranging here, we have x is equals to minus c over divided by a. Then we have x is equals to minus c over a, which is the vertical line. But if both a and b are different from 0, then it is called, or we obtain an oblique lines, which is given by what? Y is equals to minus a over b times x minus c over b. Here the point or the number minus a over b is the slope, and the minus c over b is y-intercept. Parallel and perpendicular lines. A slope can be used to check whether the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or not. In particular, let's L1 and L2 be non-vertical lines with slope M1 and M2 respectively, means that if m1 is slope for L1 and if m2 is slope for L2, then we said that the two lines L1 and L2 are parallel, and we can write as in such a way. If and only if m1 and m2 are the same, or if the slope of the two lines are equal, then the two lines are parallel. 2. L1 and L2 are perpendiculars, denoted as like this. If and only if the product of the two slope is -1. Or that means m1 times m2 is equals to -1, or m2 is equals to -1 over m1, or if the product of the two slopes are -1, or if one slope is negative reciprocal of the other slope, then the two lines are said to be perpendicular. Moreover, if L1 and L2, if this L1 line, L1 and L2 are both vertical lines, then they are parallel. However, if one of them is horizontal line and the other is vertical lines, then they are perpendicular. That means if both are what? Vertical lines, like this vertical line, then it is said to be, or the two lines are parallel. If one is vertical and the other one is horizontal, then the two lines are, or then they are said to be perpendicular. Example: find annotations of the lines 0 to point 32, that is parallel to the lines 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equals to 0. Now here we need to find annotations of the lines which is passing through the point 32, that is parallel to the lines 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equals to 0. So that since we have a lines L, we need to find another annotations of the lines which is parallel to these lines. Now from the given lines, it means 2x plus 3y plus 5, we obtain such equations of the lines, or we can simplify, or we can write as like this: -2 over 3x minus 5 over 3. This is obtained as simply by writing or by obtaining the values of y. Means that 3y is equals to -2x minus 5, then divide both sides by 3, then we have y is equals to -2 over 3x minus 5 over 3. Then this is, which is as slope intercept form, since we have slope -2 over 3 and y-intercept -5 over 3. So as parallel lines, since here we have, from this we have slope -2 over 3. So the two lines are, from the givens we have, it is parallel. If they are parallel, then the two lines have the same slope, so that the parallel lines have the same slope, then the required line has a slope -2 over 3. Therefore, the equations of a point slope form is the same as y minus 2 is equals to -2 over 3 into x minus 3. This can be simplified as 2x plus 3y is equals to 12. Another example: show that the lines 2y of x plus 3y plus 5 is equals to 0 and 3x minus 2y of y minus 4 is equals to 0 are perpendicular. Now, to show these two lines are perpendicular, first we need to find their corresponding slopes. After we obtain the corresponding slopes, if the product of the two slopes is the same as, which is -1, or if one slope is the negative reciprocal of the other slope, then the two lines are perpendicular. Now here the equations, those given equations of lines can be written as y is equals to -2 over 3x minus 5 over 3 for the first equations of a line, and y is equals 3 over 2x minus 2 for the second equation of a line. Now from this we have m1, take this as m1, which is -2 over 3 as the slope, and take m2 as 3 over 2 or use as m2 or second slope for this line. Therefore here our m1 is minus 2 over 3 and m2 is 3 over 2. Now let's check by multiplying the two slopes. That means m1 times m2. Now m1 times m2 is the same as minus 2 over 3 times 3 over 3. It's the same as minus 1. The result, the lines are perpendicular. Now thanks for watching my video. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my channels.